Claude just launched another update this week and it's called Claude Designs. And this is something that every business owner needs to be aware of. And this is going to absolutely affect your day-to-day operations. And the best way to describe this thing, right, is like, pre and post era, like pre-Jesus era, post-Jesus era, pre-Fahad left his house era, post-Fahad ran away from his house era. You guys get the point, yeah? You may think this is just for designers, but no. This is an AI agent that allows you to just come up with any idea that you have on your brain, right? Create landing pages, create decks, create one pages, create presentations, all these things that every business owner needs instead of just telling their designers what to do. Like for me, yeah, I just throw a rock at my developer and like, hey bro, just create a design like a week later. But this is going to solve that problem, yeah? So in this video, I'm going to walk you through this step by step on how you can set it up, how to use it, best practices to use, etc. Yeah. So let me just get into it. So the first thing that you'll see is, I think I took a screenshot because I know I'm going to play around with it. This is what you'll be seeing the first time that you get into it. Before you do anything, Claude Design assumes you have a design system, and without a design system, you can't do anything. Now, what is a design system? A design system is basically a set of instructions on what your brand theme, and what your brand font, all the thing is, yeah? And you can easily set up your own design system. So if you click on set up design system, what's going to happen is my design system is automatically created. So just click on create. You will have few options to choose from, yeah? So firstly, it will ask you to describe your name of the company and the description. I will do that in this video. And the next thing is, either you can attach a GitHub repo. So if you're a software company, or if you do anything, you have your website, we have software, you can just attach the link to that repo file of GitHub, and this Claude is going to automatically go into that files, fetch all your designs, fetch your fonts, fetch your branding themes, all that stuff automatically, right? Or if your code is existing within your computer, just upload that file as a zip or whatever it is, just upload that the code base into Claude Design. Is going to be fetching those things exactly like it would fetch GitHub. Or if you just exported a Figma file, you can just upload it from there. Or if you have a PDF which has fonts, logos, assets, you can do that. Yeah, that's what I did. Let me just show you what it is. Yeah, whenever you start your own company, you always go to UI UX guide to set up your own website and UI UX, the logo, the branding, design, theme, and all these things, right? And any good UI UX guy would give you a brand book. Brand book is basically a PDF that explains your logo, the brand design, colors, all that stuff, right? So this is my brand design, has my logo, has all the details in here, right? And the only thing I need to do is just upload this well-versed PDF, and Claude is going to automatically fetch all the designs in every single deck, every single one pager, every single presentation is going to be based on my designs, which is the beauty of the whole thing. Yeah, I know not everyone has this information, right? So one other thing I have is I have a Notion page. I just realized a lot of the rage is there. Judge me all you want, okay? I need to watch something when I'm eating, so it was there. I finished eating, I paused it, and I started working. So anyways, so this is my brand info. So basically, whenever any of my team members ask me for brand design, brand colors, I'm not going to share this big ass PDF. I just share them this page, which has the brand color, the font, the logos, and everything else. Yeah, I just downloaded this as a PDF. You can create your own PDF, just upload it, and that's your brand designs. Now it became your brand designs. And if you don't even have that, just go to your website, download this as a PDF, and boom, now you have a brand design. Is uploaded there. It's going to fetch all those things, right? So I've already done that. So my brand design, as you can see, my brand design already exists in here. It's already exists in here. All it has is basically just designs on how your company should be. It just shows you how your company should be like. And it even creates its own UI. It's so cool. It even creates its own UI to see how it is, what it should be, etc. Yeah, I'm blown away. I'm blown away by what this was able to do. So that's the brand design. So let me just go back to creating new designs, right? So I don't want to create a prototype. I don't want to create a website. I want to create decks. I'm a deck guy. Yeah, let's call it deck convince team. I should make that. Alright, so basically I'm just gonna call this a deck to convince my team to keep using stupid jokes here, because my team doesn't like when I make stupid jokes. I make stupid jokes in content and calls. So I'm just going to create a deck just to convince them, right? So I'm going to use design system, and I'm going to click on designs, right? And then the AI is going to automatically create the design. And once this design is completed, right, there is two ways in which you can basically interact with it. There's a chat section, which is what you will be using to interact with overall UI, okay? Overall UI. So the second option is through comments. I'm going to show you exactly what that means. I already have my design system in here. So I'm going to use my design system. I'm going to tell it to use my design system. And now I need you to create a deck of few pages that I need to convince my team why making stupid jokes on every call is not being immature, but rather boosting morale and making the environment fun, because my jokes do be stupid. I won't lie to you guys. I don't know why I chose the topic. I should have chosen something else. It's relatable to business owners, but heck, it is what it is. So basically, now it's going to create UI, it's going to create designs. It's going to take a few minutes. And once that is done, I can go by chatting a bit further and creating designs from there. Now, one very important thing that you need to be aware of is this, yeah. So what Claude Code says is the best part about creating designs is about the prompt that you have, and they recommended the prompt recommendations. Let me just show you what Claude Code recommended. All right, so this is what Claude says. To write an effective prompt, it needs to have few things, right? Firstly, it needs to define a goal, what it is that you're building. I defined a goal, what the layout should be. It's not something I didn't define a layout, and what the content should be about. Hey, describe what content you want and who it is for. I described the goal, I described who it is for. I didn't describe the layout, but I somewhat described the content, what it is that I wanted to have. Create a dashboard showing monthly revenue, filters, regions. So this is what a good prompt is. And always iterate on your designs, and that's something that comes directly from Claude. So let's go back to our design software. As you can see, it created the thing. Yeah, it created the thing. So there it is, a formal presentation, April 2026, presented by the funniest person. Absolutely, see, this guy get it. He gets it. So it shows all the details. It's crazy how good the presentation is, right? It's crazy how good the presentation is. And the thing is, now there is two ways, as I said, we can interact with it. Either I can give chat here. Chat is always useful painting the overall structure, but if you want to add small tweaks, like hey, I can click on comment, and then I can click on comment, and I can be like, hey, create a different version. And what that's gonna do is, I believe Claude is gonna create this, gonna take this and gonna put them in the chats and gonna make tweaks from there. So comments is what you use to tweak very individual items, right? Now it's gonna make that item, it's gonna create the update, and let's see what happens from there. All right, so Claude just updated that thing. It asked me to redo it in here, and as you can see, totally serious proposal, not a bit. Case of stupid jokes, yeah. So basically, I can add tweaks to it. I can add comments. For clicking on comments, I can select on individual items to update, or there's an option called draw. Draw is where you specify exactly which area that you want to update, and then the AI is gonna basically send the screenshot to the chats and be like, hey, update the specific thing. And now I'm gonna say tap anywhere to add a note. So I'm gonna use voice this time, yeah. I want to use voice this time. And then I'm gonna be like, the thing is, I'm not sure if the voice is gonna work since I'm using this and this, but let's give it a try. Alright, I need Claude to update that image. God, yeah. One quick thing to note is that Claude did describe that there is a possible error when you use comments. Sometimes everything says preview failed to end. In such cases, just click on reload, and if your comments are not exactly working, just go into here and text it from there. Yes, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna ask AI. I'm gonna comment on here, and I'm going to type it in this time. I'm going to be like, hey, change in this image into image of myself. I will upload my picture. Then you ask. So now this note is going to be sent to Claude. As you can see, it drew in here. It's going to ask me for my file. So I'm going to prep my image. So prep my image. Then use an old image of myself. So I just uploaded the image. Now it's gonna edit. I'll add more prompts. The title slide. It's gonna do its thing. You just click on reload, and then it's gonna be there. Yeah. And as you can see, the image is there. Who is that guy at? I don't know who he is, but he's got style. So that's basically it. Add, tweak anything. You can ask it to add more pages. If you go to tweaks, you can ask it to add more pages. Change the overall designs. You can change the color of the design. So, telling you, you can change the color of the design in here. You can change the designs, font, base size, all those things. And that's pretty much it, yeah? So that gives you an overarching picture on how exactly it is that you can use Claude Designs, you can create more designs, and the best thing is you can even present them in here itself. You can present them in here. You don't need to use this free tool. And yeah, and if you click on share, you can basically export them as a PDF, send it to Canva, export them as standalone, or send it to standalone Claude code so you can develop its own thing. I'm just going to send it to Canva because I want to see how it is going to be looking on Canva to create its own designs, and then it's going to be exported and then you can upload them onto Canva accordingly. All right, it looks like I need to connect to the Canva. So once you connect Canva in the connectors, I believe I haven't connected Canva yet. It's going to basically automatically create the same design in Canva itself. So that's the end of the video. I hope you guys had fun. I had a shit ton of fun for some surprising reason, and I'm gonna be having a good time with this shit. Yeah, I'm gonna run through my limits at this point. So you guys get the point. Create insanely good decks, create presentations, create one pages, create whatever your heart wills. But Cloud Design is insanely good, and it's here for business owners, make their life easier. So follow for more of such stuff. And just so you know, I'll be starting a community pretty soon. If you click on the link below, there's a waitlist that you can join. And in this community, we will be giving you information on how to set up AI for businesses, what to use, what tools to use, what systems to use, full on masterclass for every single item that business owner needs. Not some random junk that's trending, but actually what works. Discounts on tools, monthly, weekly calls to answer any questions, etc. And people who join early will get good discounted prices. And join the waitlist, and I'll see you on the next video.